Hey, Lynne Davis here. Thanks for joining me. I'd like to take just a couple of minutes to talk to you about the 2-5-1 progression and how many ways there are to modulate it, that is, to move it from one key to another. I noticed when I first started exploring jazz music and trying to learn some of that music that the 2-5-1 progression figured very prominently in a lot of those songs, and that in fact it would often present itself in more than one key in the same song. So this led me to be kind of curious about how many ways there were to modulate the 2-5-1 progression. I think I was probably standing in the shower one day washing my hair or something thinking, how many ways are there to do that? And that eventually led me to create play-along tracks for all of those modulations. There are in fact 11 different ways to modulate the 2-5-1. There's the key you're in, and of course there's 11 other tonal centers that you could possibly move to from the key you're in. So those 11 different possibilities, I programmed all of those into some play-along tracks, and I began playing along to them to try to better my ability to play that progression and to anticipate the change of key that often comes with playing that progression. I would in fact let those tracks play in the background while I did simple chores around the house and things so that I could train my ear to better anticipate the changes in key that often occur with that progression. So that eventually, those materials that I pulled together for myself eventually led to the creation of this. It's my second audio enhanced ebook. It's called Mastering the 2-5-1 Progression. It's basically all the charts that I created for all 11 of those modulations and all the play-along tracks that I created for them as well. The difference between this book and other books I've done in the past is that this book is aimed for all instruments, which means I provided guitar examples, bass examples, and keyboard examples in tablature for guitar, bass, and in standard notation for the piano players. I gave the piano players easy, simple voicings that any beginning piano player could play that describe 2-5-1 very well, very colorful sounding. Easy guitar voicings that can be played in any key, accessible to even beginning guitar players in guitar tab. That can be played in any key, as I said. And then some very classic sounding, simple bass lines, great for beginning bass players to learn how to develop their vocabulary for playing 2-5-1 progressions. The book actually is divided into 4 chapters. I first explore the nature of the 2-5-1 progression, the origin of it, where it comes from, why the chords are the types that they are. The middle part of the book is basically the part about modulating. It contains all the charts and play-along tracks for all 11 modulations. And the back end of the book, it contains a bunch of melodic examples, things similar to what you heard me playing just at the top of this video, for developing some solo ideas or some more melodic ideas for playing over that progression as well. And the 59 play-along tracks that come in this book, as you can see here, they are embedded directly onto the page. That's what makes the audio-enhanced ebook format so cool. The tracks are embedded right onto the page, so you can start and stop them as needed as you're working with the materials. So I think this is a great way to get acquainted with this progression. It is, in fact, the most common progression in jazz music. It's a great way to get your ear wrapped around it, to get your brain wrapped around it, and in fact to find ways of playing it on your instrument that work in every single key. So you can check it out on the iBook store or on Amazon for you Kindle users, or stop by lynnedavis.com where you can pick up an audio enhanced PDF of it with web links to all 59 play-along tracks. So I hope you'll check it out. I think it's a great way to get started with this progression, and if you're interested in jazz music, definitely something worth checking out. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.